6 a.m. I'm going to call 6 p.m. 9 a.m. The village board meeting for July 20th, 2026. I'd like to allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Trustee Baumgart. Here. Hannon.
Here.
Kraft. Here. Trustee Francois is absent. Trustee Nice is absent. Trustee Ziegler.
Here.
Mrs. Zervis.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Public comment. Any public comment tonight?
Have anyone signed up for public comments this time?
Consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are considered routine and will be enacted in one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a board member requests it, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered the first item after the approval of the consent agenda. And tonight we've got the village board meeting minutes from July 6th, a special event permit, Belleville Area Music Fest, and the temp B license for Belleville Area Music Fest.
I want to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Here's second by Debbie. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. President's report. I have nothing to add tonight, so that's not on the staff reports.
Nothing. Only 2 music parts left. Summer's almost over.
In-person absentee voting starts next Tuesday and runs for the 2 following weeks after that. So if you haven't already voted for your partisan primary and you want to, you come in. I'm still sending out absentees, but I would get that request in sooner than later if you still need it mailed. Also, if you have one out, please mail it back because the post office is painstakingly slow right now. Otherwise, election in here on the 11th. Region.
Great. And we've got no old business tonight. That means we're doing good.
All right, we've got 5 minutes.
Oh, you wish.
That's it.
New business. Consider the adoption of the village CDL policy.
Yes, we have a commercial driver's license policy here. It's been through F&G twice, so it should be pretty well good to go. Like any good policy, this gives us all the power and puts very little obligation on us. This lays out our ability or our intent to possibly send people at our choosing, at our discretion, to classes to get their CDLs. And it also has stipulations in there for if they fail classes, we can require the money be paid back if we put money into it. If they complete the course and they leave within 12 months, I believe we can make them reimbursed 100%. Within 24 months, 50%, and then after that, it's nothing. And of course, it's got all of the reassurances in that none of this indicates that we have to create positions for CDL drivers or anything like that. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Go ahead.
I've seen it already on finance and governance, so I don't have any questions. Anyone else?
I'll make a motion that we approve the village CDL policy.
Second.
Any discussion?
This policy just defines the CDL, basically education and training, not necessarily who.
Yes. And there will be a separate policy coming down the road for
Drug testing.
Yes.
There's no discussion. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, consider budget resolution 2026-30 for the purchase of 1 West Main Street.
Clearing this up. You guys had already previously approved budget amendment, but it was for last year's budget. We didn't close until mid-January on the building. And so just doing a budget amendment to update this year's budget, transferring the money from the undesignated general fund to the capital fund where it was paid out. That's the exact amount of the transfer is the purchase price.
So it's deja vu all over again.
Yep. And just throwing it out there, this requires a 3/5 majority, or yeah, 3/4 majority.
3/4.
So that would be everybody here. And it's already been done.
So
Center pressure.
3/4 of 7 is technically 6. We can't vote on
Is
it.
it 3/4 or is it 2/3? Because I was under the impression it was 2/3.
I've never seen 3/4 of the wall ever.
He might just mean
If
2/3.
it's 2/3, we're okay.
2/3 would be 5.
Yeah.
It's 2/3, you think you're okay. Otherwise, you're gonna point something people, and I don't know that guy.
It's 4.67 or 5.12, depending on.
Is that on the resolution?
I thought it was 3/4 for budget, but I could be wrong.
But this is a resolution.
Well, it's an amendment. Budget
It's a budget amendment.
Budget amendment requires.
You still got 5/7, we got the majority.
No. We need 6 if it's 2/3, or if it's 3/4. It's 5 point something, so you gotta run that to 6.
With the AI faster.
Someone stays in after me.
Oh, just, it's only budget's the Belleville, everything else. It's like, that's required 2/3.
2/3, yes.
But it feels.
Please make a note.
So this is just amending, because it didn't happen last year, we're amending this year's budget. Money's already gone out. Yeah. Bookkeeping,
Yearly bookkeeping.
yep.
I make a motion to approve amending. Budget. Budget resolution 2026-30 for the purchase of 1 West Main. Second.
Motion by Shelley, second by Debbie. The amendment. Just kidding. All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. It's accounting.
Strongly protested.
Mm-hmm. Voted no, and then it went to pass.
Yeah, then you'd be in big trouble, wouldn't you?
We just carried over the next.
That's right, we should have done that just right now.
Keep kicking it down the road, right?
That's already happened once we had to reconsider the motion, so.
Next item of business, consider ordinance 2606, amending chapter 18, article 18-074, general bicycle regulations to address e-bike issues.
Yes, Chief and I worked on this last week and came up with these amendments and additions to our ordinance. I'm sorry?
Sorry, that was louder than that was me. Sorry.
To incorporate e-bikes better into our existing ordinance, giving it as much teeth as we legally could while fitting within state statute. Now, this because of the safety issue and some of the public outcry about this, this is coming straight to you. This did not go through any committee. So if there are edits, things that need to be adjusted, we can talk about those and I can take notes. You might have to slow down so I can write some. Just because you are the first elected body to see this, that might happen. So I'm prepared for a dialogue if you need one.
I read it, I think it's fine, I mean, I don't know.
I didn't see anything.
Unless, unless we want to be more strict, but it can't be any strict.
Yeah, but the trouble is you start running into statute.
So I think we just need to put it on the books and enforce it because it's getting worse, so.
Yeah. So if we approve this tonight, then chief and staff can start enforcing tomorrow.
I suppose so.
Ordinance book has to be passed yet, yeah.
Oh,
From the
you
judge.
did another bond.
Oh.
But the,
Yeah, but
Even so-
You
Yeah.
can start enforcing.
Yeah. Yep, we can still, because we have a state, basically adopt state statute, so we can just follow that parameter and then more for everything else until we get up to par.
I mean, more than anything, we need to establish the culture out there.
Yeah.
That this is something that's being watched and it's something we care about and it's something that we're addressing. This is just another piece of ammunition, so to speak.
We do need to make sure we publicize stricter rules.
Again, I would say that because we've had so many complaints and so many issues that, we adopted this and so beware.
Yeah.
Well, we basically touched on this a couple of months ago at Public Safety. We were talking about the e-bikes with Chris and Scott and I and what's his name, Ray. Committee, we talked about, gotta start it up because they're out of control. I'm being politically correct, Gary.
I make a motion, we approve ordinance 2606.
Second.
Scott, second by Gary, to approve the ordinance. I always find it interesting, and this might be one that you'll see quite a bit, as the wearing of headphones
Yeah.
being prohibited. Which I totally understand, because you won't hear the car or anything around you.
Especially those noise canceling ones.
Yeah.
Those scare me.
That would probably be pretty common. Anyone, I mean,
The younger generation wears them all the time.
He's doing something on his phone.
so. You know what kind of fine comes with that? Penny? If you're wearing headphones?
And whatever the judge wants to set it at, I guess.
Set it high, set an example.
Probably be yeah, probably 30 plus cost, yeah.
Any additional discussion?
Oh, legislature increase the post office.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. All right, next item of business. Consider approval of alcohol establishment license for the Dam Bar, Class B, beer and liquor.
We're back. So the Dam Bar is changing ownership, which is why we needed to bring this application back to you. Not much had technically changed between last month when we approved this for the original owner and this month, except for the fact that Fire decided to wake up, I guess we'll call it, and express more concerns than he did the month previously. So Fire did re-inspect. His memo to you was attached. In the interest of scope, because we're specifically talking about issuing a license here for alcohol to the Dam Bar and not for the entire building, I will say it's only prudent to focus on his items 4 through 6. Well, we don't disagree that all 6 items are probably important for the building to scope in relation to the alcohol license. Would be the last 3 to be remedied. I do believe they are items that has been brought up before. with the previous ownership. And then offer remedy, but
So you're talking of the 12 items that the Adam's report here, right? Is what you're
so you're looking at are you looking at the building inspector? I'm looking at the memo that I provided separate from the inspection reports, which was additional to the other inspection reports were repeats from the month before, since
Okay.
much time had passed. There was building and police, PD didn't feel the need to re-inspect.
So does number 2 also apply to the Denmark? Or is he just referring to the residential part? Must have threatened or.
So I took that to mean the entire building, but because that's something that the owner would be required to do and not specifically the renters in the basement, then my opinion was that that was not necessarily something that this needed to be done.
But the bar isn't built, I mean, fire code still applies. It did the
I mean,
fire,
we're talking about who's in charge of what here, so,
no, we're talking about public safety.
but we're talking about an alcohol license,
Yeah, we're talking about.
which is not necessarily specifically all of public safety. We're talking about specifically the alcohol license, which, like I said, I don't disagree that the first 3 items probably need to happen in the building. But in relation to the scope of the owner of the bar,
Well, that's a whole, yeah.
Right, I mean, there's essentially, 2 different sections of this. You got items 1, 2, and 3 from Chance's memo that are essentially the building owner's responsibility and would also impact their ability to, well, they rent rooms there, right? And then you've got 4, 5, and 6 that are more specific to the use of the location for the bar. And its upkeep that are in control of, the bar owner. So,
But are they really? I mean,
He's not owning the bar, he's renting it.
He's renting, he's
renting
leasing
space.
that.
He's renting the space, so it's up to the owner to do
See,
this,
if
but we're holding him hostage.
Yeah, exactly. When I look at this, all of these things appear to be the building owner's responsibility, not someone who
a renter,
leases
yeah.
a space. My brain conflict here is I don't want to punish somebody who wants to lease a space because a building owner is negligent on upkeep and fire code.
But by allowing them rent space that doesn't meet the fire code, you're giving them a building owner a backdoor way to not ever follow the fire code.
Oh, believe me, I know.
I mean,
But that's where I'm so conflicted.
and even the first 3, the building is not, the building's not separate. If there's a fire in the building, it's going to affect the entire building. Either we have a fire code that we enforce or we don't. We have a set of rules that is universally applied or we don't. It can't be based on how we feel about individuals or businesses. And it can fall against issuing other businesses license, even if they do meet the standards. We can't be this inconsistent with the enforcement of the rules.
So we approved the Dan Bar's liquor license
a month ago.
a month ago.
Yes, we did. At the time of fire, I'm assuming did all their inspections and gave passing grades to everyone. There was no issues, like.
So what changed in a month's time?
The owner.
Of what, the building?
The dam bar.
Well, haven't we been after the owner to clean up and do stuff?
The owner of the
It's having the building
building,
owner.
the owner of the building, and once again, I realize that there's a greater public safety issue in regarding to all this, and Chance looks at fire completely and not specifically in the scope of the alcohol. You guys are tasked now with looking at the scope of the alcohol application. So I can understand and I appreciate the concern. Doesn't necessarily like prohibit completely, like, or should, you know, full denial of an alcohol license.
Well, and this goes back even farther than that, because when Scott Ringenberg came in and applied for his beer garden license, we had a lengthy discussion and sat on it. I mean, we need to, again, have we cited the building, the property owner recently, or?
Not recently, but there is a code compliance. I sent them a code compliance letter that was several pages long 2 weeks ago.
And has anything been done on it?
I talked to the building owner and she said that she was moving on it, but I have.
Yeah, well, we've heard that
He's
before.
been saying that for years.
I have a date that I'm gonna reinspect, and it's not down to the date I reinspect, and I asked her to issue citations.
So can we force her to do this? What do you do, condemn the building then?
That's not,
I mean,
not, once again, I gotta bring this back to the alcohol portion where, you know, regardless of we're all concerned, we're all aware of the issues in that building. We're all aware that we're focusing, the scope for this discussion needs to be the bar and the alcohol license provided to the bar.
Right, there's no issues listed here that are, should make you concerned about the serving of alcohol.
Right.
In itself, you know, there's no concerns of a licensed operator or responsible party being there to you know, supervise what's going on and making sure patrons aren't, you know, getting overserved or anything like that. So.
Overserved before or after they're on time?
But they, maybe
4,
burn
5, and
better one way
6.
than the other, I don't know.
4, 5, and 6 are about the bar, but again, he doesn't own it, he's renting. So we shouldn't be penalizing him because he's got a slumlord.
Well, yeah, I don't know, it's a slippery slope. If, you know, if you deny, you might have to, you know, you're denying every resident to rent anything in that building, and then you're looking at, you know, a much bigger issue potentially.
Don't have building codes that kind of standards. You're not going to enforce them.
I mean, I don't know what the relation to the bar and the owner, I don't know what the, like, agreement is on what are these things, the lease, you know, the rentee or the rentor's responsibility, and that's not the village to decide, that's up between the person renting the space and the person that owns the space. So which is why my recommendation did lean towards, you could put it contingent on asking for those things to be replaced, but like I said, I don't know if you know, like, you're welcome to.
Certainly. Well, at least from our Chance and I's meeting last Wednesday, it's at least regarding the building. Definitely the impression that I got is that it's Chance's opinion that it's the landlord's responsibility to be addressing those concerns. She has to address the ivy. That is supposed to be something all of those things are something she's supposed to do, but I've already been down there today addressing a couple of those things. I've had an electrician fixing some of the broken outlets down there already. I rewired some of the freezers down there already that were on extension cords, so I've already been knocking away at some of these issues. And it's also Chance's opinion that I should be holding the landlord more responsible too. That's kind of what I have to add as far as the fire code stuff.
There's not a doubt in my mind, the landlord is the one responsible for these maintenance issues, but allowing her to continue to earn income without keeping the building up to code is just rewarding bad behavior.
Well, but then we got to kick everybody out that's running apartments.
You gotta kick the whole building out, you gotta vacate the whole building.
They don't have codes then. If you're not gonna
Well,
enforce them.
that's what you want to do is vacate the
That's what-
building?
that's-
We're getting away
You want to
from
send
this.
how many families out?
What did,
They don't have a code at all.
no, that's just.
That's not what I'm asking, I'm
But that's
asking that's
exactly
what
what
you
you're
would like to see.
I will point out the conversation isn't about the code again, I'm gonna bring it back to the alcohol
It's
license.
the
The
alcohol
conversation needs to be,
I see
can
no
we
reason
grant
to.
the damn bar an alcohol license today? Alcohol, the previous owner already had an alcohol license, can we grant an alcohol license to the new owner today?
And you have something to add.
No, go on, Debbie.
I make a motion, we approve the license for the Dan Bar.
Second.
Motion by Debbie, seconded by Scott. Ian, you had a comment?
So there weren't any issues a month ago, and now there's 6 issues. These issues, by the way, I have emails, and I included most of these issues in the code compliance letter last July to the building owner. None of these are new. These were the same a year ago. I'd like to point out that it's Chance's authority under which the fire code is to be complied with here. So he has the same authority as I do with the property maintenance code. He can ask PD to issue citations, he just doesn't. So I know that these violations have existed for at least a year, literally July last year. And all of a sudden, a month after it was approved and he didn't find anything, he finds something. Like I said, the only thing that changed is the owner. I have no idea backstory or whatever, but this is an awful lot like a selective enforcement issue to me. Not that they don't exist, the issues exist, I'm sure, but still, I don't necessarily think that the change of events has been fair here.
So could it be that now, since it's changing ownership, he feels the time is right to get this stuff taken care of?
Maybe, I mean, it's not changing building ownership, it's changing tenant ownership.
Yeah.
Or tenantship, I don't know, but, yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna add what Deb just said is pretty much Chance's exact words that when we were talking last Wednesday about the building, so.
I mean, and again, we're trying to keep the two issues separate. We did the same thing when we granted, we did the same thing 3 or 4 months ago when we granted the beer garden license to the Dan Bar after a month or 2 of talking about it. Like I said, there were no issues with when it was Scott Ringenberg coming to get his license for the Dan Bar that were mentioned. And now this, I mean, the bottom line is that building needs to get into compliance however we need to do it. If the fire department won't ask the chief to issue citation, then the village needs to ask. Because this has gone on for years. And a long time since I've been in that building as an EMT, but it was a death trap back then, I think. And I'm sure it's, yeah. So, and I hate to threaten, but we've taken care of one building that they own. Yeah,
So I will also point out there is some past precedents where the fire had an issue it was a shopping center. I think there's only one shopping center in the village, so you know what I'm talking about. Where there was an issue in the shopping center, it wasn't in the area where the alcohol license was requested, but it was in the grand scheme building. And we once again had to limit that scope to there was nothing wrong in that suite where the alcohol license was being requested. So there is precedence here where it's like, yes, we're aware there's an issue, it needs to be fixed, it's in another portion or it's another person's responsibility, but in regards and the limited scope of the alcohol license, there should be no reason why you couldn't approve an alcohol license.
and again, I don't think we should, just like I didn't think we should make Scott Ringenberg, I gotta remember what Scott I'm dealing with, pay for the inadequacies of the owner of that building. We shouldn't make Scott Schwegler pay for that either, in my opinion, so.
I don't see any issues with actually issuing the license. Issues are other ordinance compliance issues.
Two separate issues.
Any other discussion?
I think this is an opportunity to actually enforce the fire code and This is a complete, absolute, utter application of public safety.
As chair of the CDA, it will be addressed.
Wouldn't enforcing the fire code be the fire department issuing or telling the chief to issue citations?
Correct.
That would be enforcing the fire
They're
code.
just ignoring existing problems.
That falls on the building.
Making a decision on a liquor license, not another ordinance.
And that's not.
The fire inspector is the only one.
But we can't hold one hostage.
Right here. So,
Call the question.
okay. All those in favor? Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries 4-1. Just give me 1 second here.
Good luck, Scott.
Thank you very much.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll get that ready for you first thing.
Thanks very much.
So when do you get to open then?
Hopefully August 1st, if all the health inspection and everything, I mean, that's happening sometime next week. I don't have an exact date scheduled for it, but August 1st is when I'm looking, definitely before the picnic, so. But yeah.
For you, good luck.
Thank you so much, appreciate that.
Okay, moving on. Communications miscellaneous business. Any news and announcements?
Me.
Be quiet. Upcoming community events. Future agenda items.
There will be many, but not announced right now.
So will be a future agenda item as the Park Hotel terms, are we gonna keep on top of that?
All right.
I said, will a future agenda item be keeping tabs on the Park Hotel? Make sure that this is followed up on?
I don't think it's an agenda item, but I mean, it's certainly gonna happen.
Yeah.
So we'll get follow-up on this then.
All right.
Oh, yes, within our capacity, Ian's been doing it, within our rights, absolutely.
So, moving on to closed session. The Village of Belleville Village Board will enter into a closed session pursuant to Wisconsin State Statute 19.85 subsection 1 subsection E for the purposes of deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. The village board may reconvene into open session and take action on the subject discussed in closed session. And tonight's closed session will be discussing appointment of interim director of operational services.
I'll move we adjourn the closed session.
Second.
By Gary, second by Shelley. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
No, we gotta do the roll call.
Oh, yeah, roll call, sorry.
All right, give me a second, I got it. Clock back. All right,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry, okay, roll call, trustee Ballard, here, trustee Shannon. Trustee Uppercroft,
Yes.
trustee Ziegler. Trustee, president Service.
Yes.
Not enough of you, all right, that passes with the 5-0. Very close on that.
6:34.
All right, okay, and we're back.
All right, so there's no motion needed for this, so.
Question, should we be adding that union negotiation thing as an agenda item next month?
We'll get an agenda put together. All right, I would entertain a motion.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second. So motion by Shelley, second by myself to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned at 6:49.